Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania, Circle of the Moon. In the last episode, we came to that most annoying of dungeons, the Underground Water Twat, as it was so helpfully called once upon a time, and I'm going to stick with that because I think it's an appropriate title. We're going to be making our way, hopefully this episode, through the rest of the Water Twat, and yeah, kind of stopped talking there, and because I'd run out of things to say, but I'd still said yes. So, where am I going? I need to leave this room because I've already got that magic points upgrade. I believe the exit to this room is somewhere on the right. There it is. Wait, no. How have I missed this? Oh god, I need to hit a bloody switch somewhere, don't I? Always the case. I think it's here. There we go. I have no idea why they take so long. It'd be understandable if they were showing an animation, but you rarely see the blocks move because the switches are always so far removed from them. Abayondogs, I still have not even worked out how to say their name, yet alone what they are. They are electric type. They appear to be some sort of... Nope. Electric blob is all I can really give you there. And it was a weird name as well. Hit the switch here. Don't appear to do anything, but make sure it's down before you leave this room. Now, this room is just relatively easy to go through. There's a lot of ice, frozen shades even, but I'm just going to ignore them for now. And yes, if you hadn't hit that switch at the end there, then these blocks would have been down, halting your progress. Instead, we can now come along past all these bastards and... introducing, in a second, a new enemy. Wow. First thing... my god, there's a lot of these bastards, aren't there? First things first. Wait. Yes. Do need to hit that switch. I get very confused in this place, as you can see, but everyone does. It's not just me. It's just a horrible place. This is worse than any of the block puzzles in the underground gallery, because at least there you can just, like, leave and reload quite easily. Now imagine this when you're actually trying to fight these... Ooh, a star bracelet. Those are quite good, aren't they? They're better than my magic gauntlet. Oh, yeah, look at that. Boost to int and massive boost to strength. Dude, that's good. I think that's a rare drop on Frozen Shades. Lucky me. Well, yes, lucky me. I know I'm not even wearing the lock rings and shit at the moment. Oh, that's just good luck. Oh, new enemy. This is a siren. She's like a harpy, but she fires 2 shots instead of in each salvo rather than just the one. Relatively weak though, as you can see. I don't know, you really need to bother with a cross there, but I did. Another new enemy if we come out of this room here. Yeah, the kind of big open areas of it on the map make it seem like it's going to be a nice open area, but it's not. It's actually as twisty as anywhere else. It's just the different twists aren't different rooms. We have an ice demon. They fire these kind of things at you. They're quite easy to deflect. Projectiles can be whipped away. Something like any of the Jupiter combos are quite handy for keeping them away. They do fracture apart though. The actual ice demons themselves are fairly weak, but they can output a lot of damage. The Jupiter combos are quite handy, but I find it's most handy to just be immune to them with the old Neptune ones. Lizard Man here, also ice type. They'll do an annoying shield thing, but that's more of a problem when you're not on the same level as them. Anyway, we now need to... If you look on the map, you will notice there are like 2 ways which this room and the room to the left connect. We came through one of them. We now need to make sure the switch is down and return to the room we were just in. Go through this way. Now you'll notice this thing is slid out the way, which allows us to exit this room through the top way. And I think we're nearly... There we go. Nearly done in the stupid underground waterway now. Is there anything else I actually need? Oh, another ice demon. Oh! As with any large enemy, lodging across in them is always helpful. And we've got a lot of hearts, so we might as well use them. Hey! Hey! I enjoy level ups. The fact that like freezer stuff means there's certain events in this game for which I'll always go, way! Leveling up is one of them, and finally getting a DSS card after grinding is also one of them. Interesting. That was supposed to be the way through. But it's notably not the way through. It was a Hearts Max upgrade. Do I need to flip those back again now? Oh, that's what I had to do, rather than go to the bottom here for the bit with the ice demon and the hearts upgrade. Just need to come over here, and there's a lot of lizard men. This will show off what lizard men really do. They shield like that, and they're very annoying. They'll shield for a while, and then they'll strike at you. When they're striked, their shield is down. You can also hit them from behind, which means that crosses are super handy for that. Or you just kind of wait for them to attack, and then hop out the way, and whip them a couple of times. They're very weak enemies, but they can do a lot of damage, and they're quite annoying to kill, so I usually just don't bother with them. Weirdly enough, for no reason I can really discern, ice type. Probably just because they're only in here, in the underground waterway. So, I guess that's enough to make you ice type. Evil hands have not been seen for a while, have they? If we actually go back this way, we get to the only other save point in the underground waterway. Though we're actually nearly at the end of the underground waterway now. Big open area above us there. Remember that for later in this episode. Now, well, look on the map. You can see to the right of us is a large open area and then nothing else following it. Stands to reason that is a boss area. Let's equip Uranus and Thunderbird, because it's bloody powerful. And let's head in. You are with Dracula. I am Camilla. I beckon Dracula forth again. I think I missed out something that Hugh said, but we'll brush over that. Why do you want his return? To turn this world into a living hell? But isn't this world hellish already? People are intrigued by darkness and covet chaos and power. They are dirty, self-centered mongrels. I simply wish the world to properly reflect this image. You are delusional. If only you too would embrace the darkness in your soul, then a new world would unfold before you. Shut up! The one who was with you, he was more honest with himself. Even my master approves of him. What? What have you done to Hugh? Bit more plot there, and then Camilla inexplicably turns into a giant skull-mobile thing, which is pooping lightning. Attacks! Oh god. Oh! Didn't have any chance to get out of the way of that. So she's shooting blobs at us, it can do that laser thing, and it just goes around pooping electricity generally. Let's open off, hitting her with lightning of our own. Believe me, this is doing a lot of damage. I think 3 of those will actually kill her, but it feels a bit cheaty, so I'm just going to let off 2 of them. And then I'll fight her manually from there. She's such a big enemy that, as you can imagine, crossers are your friend here. I'm going to put up Jupiter and Manticore to have a cloud of poison, which helps protect us from any of her projectiles. When it comes to lodging cross inside her, oh no, she's reached the other end, so she's going to try and laser me. Oh no, she's not going to laser me. Oh, she's doing the windy thing, excellent. That attack, I don't know what triggers her doing it, but yeah, it's worth noting, crossers can only be, you can only do damage to her on the Camilla part of it, not the flying skull mobile. That does not take any damage, so you need to make sure you can jump high enough and then lodge one in here. And there we go, level up. She's a very easy boss just for the size of her. I fought her at the end manually just to kind of show it off, but in reality, 3 Uranus Thunderbirds will kill her if you're high enough level. You are too late. The rite has already been prepared. Only the full moon is missing. It is just a matter of time before the master has his full power of darkness. Your precious master and friend will... Yeah, apparently she makes a bird noise when she dies for some reason. Master, Hugh! Oh, that seemed to end very abruptly. If we head through here, we get an extremely useful and item that feels very broken. This is the Rock Wing. Upward direction and special move button will result in a higher jump. That is the understatement of the century. Here is the higher jump. You can jump pretty much any screen in one, and the nice thing about it is you can just do it repeatedly. So essentially, you can fly. As you can imagine, most of... I'd say all of the castle is actually now pretty much open to us. There's certainly no more power-ups in the game, really. So yeah, the whole castle is now open to us. There's some new areas, there's a lot of old stuff we can now explore as well. And just generally getting around the castle is a lot quicker now on account of the Rock Wing. So I guess there's a reason they give you this just that late in the game, because it's designed to open everywhere up, which is why it isn't broken despite feeling it. Let's save here. Now, I'm going to use a strange combo here. I'm going to use Jupiter and Serpent, because there's a really annoying secret hidden partway up the shaft. You'll have noticed there have been a fair few of these like vertical shafts throughout the map, and they pretty much all hold secrets that you can now access with the Rock's Wing, so I'll be getting those for the remainder of the episode. There we go. That thing's a bugger to find under normal conditions. Oh, new enemy. This is a wind armor, so I'm going to put Uranus and Griffin on so that... No, not Uranus and Griffin. Neptune and Griffin, so that his attacks don't damage me. Because, yeah, swings his sword up and down like that. Relatively simple to fight these guys. They just do a bit of a wind wave. You just basically need to make sure you've got some distance from them. Like any armor, you just gotta... And pretty much any enemy in this game, to be honest. You just gotta make sure you keep a distance from them. Anyway, if we fly right up to the top here, you will come out. You will see I was going to cut, but it's a new place, so... Hey, look at that, we're in the Eternal Corridor. And this is quite handy, because we're quite close to where we want to be, which is going to be back in the underground gallery, in the room with the Simon. Simon! Siren! Good one. Oh my god, we kill stuff here easily now. Oh, I remember how scared I was when I first came to the underground, to the Eternal Corridor, and now we're just beating the shit out of everything. That's awesome. So, in this room, there's actually, if you look on the map, you might just be able to see from the blacked out versions, there's actually two things in here. This is potentially the closest that two power-ups ever are to each other. But as you can see from their positioning above us here, they're only accessible... Ooh, stylish suit. Don't know why the Harpy was wearing that, but hey, if we hop up here, we will notice there is an MP max here, which looks like it's almost accessible with the wall kick from the bottom, but it's just not quite. And up here, being guarded by a lizard man, is a HP max upgrade. Now let's head to the bottom of the chapel tower. Ooh, that Gorgon, I interrupted briefly because that Gorgon dropped meat, which recovers 50 HP. It's better than a lot of potion stuff, so quite handy. Spiced meat is better for obvious reasons, but yeah. Now, in this room here, you may recognize it because it was where I tested out the Apollo combinations a couple of episodes ago. Or was that actually just last? No, it was 2 episodes ago, I think. Yes, it was. At least 2 episodes ago. There's a big open area here, which means we can shoot up with the rock swing and grab a HP max. Now, to head all the way to the top of the chapel tower. Now, in this area, usually we went along left there to where we fought the Were-Panther and stuff and got the Thunderbird card, but down here is a heavy ring bit that we couldn't have pushed aside before, which leads to a whole new area, and this is a scary area full of new enemies, like the Were-Jaguar, that's exactly the same as the Were-Panther, just a bit more powerful. So it's fought in very much the same vein of just making sure to jump back and over its attack, and then come down and hit it when it's safe. But they're just annoyingly dodgy. Oh, fuck it. Aha! Got it from behind with a sword, that's handy. Hyenas at least have not changed. Ooh, potion, I'll take it. Oh, no, wait, he was crafty. Come on, hit me from behind again. Hey! I do love being able to do that with the sword weapons. Whoop. No, fuck you, I'm not even gonna fight you, you prick. Grizzlies. Man, I do a lot of damage with crucifixes now, holy shit. And just generally, actually, I just have a lot of attack power. Grizzlies were, like, powerful only a couple of episodes ago. We've really grown a lot during that time. Though we have leveled up about 4 times, and I've got the star bracelet on, which is doing a shit ton. Yeah, our strength is at 550. That's bloody good. Now, here we technically want to go left, but down here is something handy for us. Here is a warp point, which links this to the whole warp network. Now, we do, with that unlock, we do what is possibly, no, is, I will say, the most annoying grind for a DSS card in the game. First, if we come up here, we're in this cool, like, outer wally section, because we're basically between the chapel tower and the central tower, which we've not got to yet, but we're going to get to soon. Here's a new enemy, the Legion. Easy to defeat enough with crosses, but if you touch it, it will curse you like a marionette, so no attacking. Horrible for that reason alone. But they're not what we're targeting. What we're targeting should come down and meet us anytime soon. There we go, this prick. The Fallen Angel. So she's got these kind of circles around her that she sends at you and they attack you. There's these 2 legions here which curse you, so you need a cure curse to get rid of them. And as you can see, the Fallen Angel puts up a hell of a fight. And this is... Nope, I'm out of cure curses. That's it, I'm just cursed. Oh, new area through here, by the way. This is the battle arena. Might as well talk about this while our curse is wearing off. The battle arena, possibly the most annoying aspect of this game. You will go through and you will fight enemies in 20 rooms, 17 rooms even, one after the other. Sounds like fun. No DSS combinations can be used at all. Your magic power is drained for the entirety of it, which for me really takes away a fairly substantial portion of the fun of this game. So I find the Battle Arena very difficult for that reason. The Battle Arena is also where the final 2 attribute cards, that one and that one, are located from enemies that are only in the Battle Arena. Which means the chance of them dropping the card on one run through, because you can only go forwards to the Battle Arena, you can't go back to rooms you've already been through, so you've got one for each run through the Battle Arena, which is very hard and requires a lot of preparation. You only get 1 shot at each of the enemies which drop... Why is that not letting me put DSS on? Oh, because I'm supposed to select a combination which doesn't exist. Yeah, you only get one shot at each of the enemies that drops these the final few DSS cards, which makes them damn near impossible to get. I will show them off at some point, but that's actually because there's a glitch that lets you get hold of them, in a sense, which I will show off when in a couple of episodes. I will do the Battle Arena, but I will do it after. I will only do the Battle Arena after the main game as a kind of bonus thing. Back to the Fallen Angel. I'm going to heal up a little bit using that meat I got, because that's handy. That didn't actually do a great deal. That's all my healing down, and I'm still not actually that well healed. Hop up to get its attention and hit it with your Burning Sword, and it'll come down. And you basically... The Fallen Angel fights like a mini-boss. You basically just got to keep on the dodge and attack her whenever you get the chance. As you can see, even with the Burning Sword, she's an extremely dangerous enemy. She's got about 150 health, and I'm possibly going to die fighting her. There we go. She yields a hell of a lot of experience. And she drops a DSS card with a rate of less than 1%. So what do we do about this? We fight her in a slightly alternate manner. I'm going to go back to this room and heal quickly. By heal, I mean use DSS combinations to heal, of course. Now, the only way we can realistically fight this, get this DSS card, is patience. So I'm going to put on, I think I'll keep my steel armor on, but I'm going to put my 2 luck rings on, because God do I need them. There's no way I'm fighting her with a whip, so there is no way I'm doing this with the Jupiter Mandragora combo. Instead, got a summon active. So, this is how we fight her. Stand in this middle bit here between these 2 torches. Hop up to grab her attention, and she'll come down and beat you. Then you use your summons. And I'm using a weird one. I'm using Manticore, which is the weakest of the summons. Ow! Why am I going for it? Because even the most powerful ones, like Thunderbird and stuff like that, she takes 2 hits from them to kill. So they take a lot more magic up. 3 rounds of Manticore should be enough. Manticore is very cheap. Okay, 4 rounds of Manticore may be needed. Must have hit her badly. Manticore is a very cheap DSS combination to run. And so you can kind of, basically, you as much want the invincibility. Oh, by the way, HP max upgrade there, very useful. You as much want the invincibility aspect of summoning than the damage there. So actually summoning like a high power one, it's better to just kind of take it slowly and carefully. You've really just got to be very patient with her. If you're running low on magic, come through to this room and just wait for your magic to regenerate. If you're running low on health, come through, wait for your magic to regenerate your health using Jupiter Mandragora, and repeat. It's a slow and extremely time-consuming process, and I'm gonna do it. Slight advantage, legions, as they are an enemy that curses you, drop a drop a cure curse. So it's a good chance to actually build up your supply of them a little bit. But that's a very useful item. That's a heart EX. I believe that heals you 150 hearts. That's bloody handy. Actually, that's the same thing that the thing drops. The Mimic. No, Trick Candle. Scary Candle. Whatever the fuck the candle in Golem's room was called. Holy shit! That was the 3rd one I killed! That's the only one I killed off screen. I was talking while I did the other one and we got the bloody Saturn card! Oh my god, I was expecting that to take forever because it's got such a low drop rate. Oh, I'm so pleased with that. This episode, so I've recorded this in the same chunk as the last one where we did all the stuff with the Trick Candle. I was expecting this to take ages, but I've been really lucky with all of the drops. Oh my god, I'm so pleased with that. I was really getting comfy. I was genuinely about to put some TV on in the background. Because I knew I'd be off camera for that long that I could just watch some TV while doing this in the background and just keep the recording running, ready to hop in when I needed. But it wasn't necessary. Oh my god, I am so pleased with that. This is a rare game where I seem to have better luck on recording than off. Either way, if we take the warp point and we're back here in the audience room, got, let's see, a couple more things to do before we end the episode. This might be a longer episode, I don't know. But let's talk about the Saturn card. Saturn card is the power of familiars. Some of these are handy, some of them are cute, some of them are awful. Salamander summons a bat. The bat is one of the class of familiars that attacks whenever you attack, so either using your whip or spinning your whip, it shoots a ball of fire. That's its kind of maximum rate of fire there. Pretty handy against enemies that have like a projectile-y attack that you just want to keep stopping, but you want an attack that's more powerful than your whip spinning. The familiars can be quite handy in those situations. Serpent is a very different one. Serpent is the spooky ghost. This one, if it's near enough to an enemy, will just dive bomb them and attack them. These types of one can be handy, but the issue with them is getting them to attack is a bit of a mixed bag. That they just, you kind of have to lead them in there. Sometimes they will choose to not attack. Like here. There we go, took them a while. Mandragora is quite a handy one. Oh no, this isn't. This is an owl. So the owl attacks with an explosive projectile that's kind of in a ballistic arc, which means it's very difficult to aim with. Not a massive fan of this one. Looks kind of cool though. Far handier is the golem one. The hawk, which any enemy that's in front of you, it will just dive bomb through them. This is very handy for situations like this, when you've got a lot of weak enemies in front of you. Speedrunner's shield is generally more powerful, but this one's cool, and it looks cool as well. You've got a goddamn bird following me. Then Cockatrice gives us a Medusa head, which shoots blocks of stone. Those blocks of stone will go through any object, unlike the kind of, unlike the bat ones. So it still attacks with a whip spin and stuff like that, but they'll pass through solid objects, which is handy. But it's got a crap rate of fire, and it just hits in a straight line, so usually it's above any enemy you're aiming at, unless it's a tall enemy like an armor. Manticore is a weird one. The Spooky Ghast. It will attach itself to an enemy and do a lot of the kind of repeated poison damage. It's much harder than the Ice Ghost to actually get it to stick to an enemy. As you can see, it kind of tends to float behind you, so you have to go up to your target enemy and kind of face away from them, which makes it very difficult to use unless on very large enemies. Against bosses, it can be quite handy, but there's not really a great deal of bosses left in the game, and you can't get set in any earlier than we've got it, so... Griffin is quite cool. It's a kind of fairy which shoots blobs like that. Nice thing about these blobs? Well, watch. You will notice they home in, which makes them quite handy. Again, this is one you can activate by spinning the whip, so you can just use that while you're kind of blocking stuff, and she's very accurate in that case. Against stuff like armors, that can be super handy. And the final one we got is Thunderbird. Thunderbird is a bird made out of thunder. This behaves similarly to the hawk, in that enemies that come near you, it'll move into them and attack, but it does a kind of area of effect when it attacks. But much like the ghost one, it's quite difficult to actually convince it to attack. Like, it's not doing it here. I went for the candle instead there. Of those, the only one I really have much use for is the Griffin one, the kind of fairy sprite thing. It's quite useful. And the Hawk one with Golem is the most useful. There's another little tube here, this time featuring a witch. Grab a Heart's Max. And as you can see, the familiars perform quite well on actually, like, dangerous enemies. But anyway, we're now going to head a fair bit down. We're going to head down to the Abyss Stairway. Now, in this bit here, as you can imagine, we can just shoot all the way up this now. And it's got a HP thing at the top of it. One more thing to get, I think, before the end of the episode. This is going to be a slightly longer episode, I imagine. But I don't know, it's really hard to judge these. I've been recording for like nearly 2 hours now, but also that's been 2 episodes, so... judging them is odd. I'm going to actually... I will talk about this, because it's another bonus episode. So I'm going to do one bonus episode where I do the Battle Arena, and another one, which I call a Let's Edit. Basically... I have filmed, because Castlevania, more than any series I've ever done, has required the most. I'm going to try out the Thunderbird here, actually. Or I can show actually how effective the Ghast might be were it handy. Let's attach it to a big enemy like a grizzly. Come on. Oh my god, just teasing this thing into attacking is difficult. Come on. Fucking attack the grizzly. There we go. It just sits on it and does a lot of damage, but it's just difficult to get it to do stuff in the first place. But yeah, more than any other Let's Play I've ever really done, Castlevania has required a lot of time and planning and just generally effort, which makes it a good example of showing off my kind of workflow for how I practice, prepare, edit, how kind of I assemble basically a Let's Play. So I filmed that whole process for one of the earlier episodes, episode 6, 5, one of those. I filmed the whole editing process. It was 3.5 hours for a single episode, because that was a particularly arsey one. But I'm going to make a kind of 20-minute episode showcasing that, which will be the other bonus one. Which could be cool. If you're interested in that kind of thing, let me know. Well, I mean, I've done it already, so I'm probably going to still do it, but I wonder how many people who watch this will be interested in seeing that kind of behind-the-scenes thing, so I thought I'd do it. And this is as good a game as ever to show off with it. Hey! This one's a bugger to find. And there's something weird above us. Ow. Nope. Looks like I need the shield on to find it. There we go. Now this is a really weird room. If we come over here... Do you hear that sound? Something happened before we got there. Let's see if we can get a better shot at it. Look at that! This is the Skeleton Medalist, an upgrade of the Skeleton Athlete. This is the only room in the castle where you will find him. He's a bit of an Easter egg, but he also has a certain thing that he does. He drops an item called the Bear Ring, which no other enemy in the game drops. And he drops at a very low rate and he's hard to kill, which makes it slightly difficult to get. Ugh. And I'm not going to grind for it now. I'm going to just actually try and hit him once, just to kind of prove a point. Do I have to use a cross or something like that? Or do I have to use some weird whip? Oh, fuck, I'm going to switch to a weird whip. I'm going to go to the Golem Whip. Why not? Oh, that's very slow, though. I don't know. Ha! Oi! No, that didn't even do enough damage to kill him. Bloody hell. I'll try with the cross. Hup! Guess we're not even powerful enough to kill him yet, so we'll come back in a few levels' time. But yeah, the Bear Ring is not a particularly powerful one. It just has a particularly gimmicky effect. But we've had a successful episode. We've killed Camilla and got the Rock Wing from her. Next episode, we'll be gathering a few more things with the Rock Wing before heading off to that big blank spot in the center of the map. Kind of center top of it, the final tower of the game, the final real dungeon of the game, the Observation Tower. Probably one of my favorite areas. Thank you very much, and good day.